Belinda Green took over her dad Aaron's training licence at the beginning of 2018. In the same year, she also married Gary, who himself has a wealth of experience in greyhound racing.
Yeah, I've been very lucky. I worked for Brian Clements when I first started, so I've been around Greenacre Lynn, Shelbourne Star was there when I started, Central Corker. So I was kind of quite lucky to work in a Group 1 winning kennel kind of without knowing it really. It was just part of what you did. You know, there's still dogs at the end of the day, aren't they? They're just got a big bit of trophy at the end of it. You know, it's very nice to be involved in that. So.
And even before that, your family obviously very heavily involved?
Yeah, my mum and dad met through the dogs. My grandparents have had dogs. My older brother worked for Brian as well. My younger brother worked for Brian. It's just a family thing. We've always done it. Always will do it, I suppose.
And for you, Belinda, as well. Of course, in 2018, you took over your dad's licence. You weren't ever really going to do anything else, were you?
Not really, no. You're kind of born and bred and you can't really get away from it once you're in it.
How does it work now with the two of you working together as husband and wife?
Well, it's always hard working with your husband, isn't it? But, you know, he knows that I'm Mrs. Always Right, so once we get that out of the way, we're fine, we're good.
Do you agree on most things? Do you agree on how the dogs should be done?
Yeah, 99% of the time. We butt heads occasionally, but normally it's for the better of the dog, so it's only whether it's the right course of line to go down with the dog, but most of the time it's, you know, what's best for the dog, so.
How important is it to you both that your dogs are happy?
It's everything. Like, a happy dog performs at the track. If they're not happy here, then there's no point in doing anything really, I don't think. Like, you feed them the best you can, you make them as happy as you can. I think they then reward you that they're happy when they do their job then. They want to do their job. Whereas if they're not happy here, then you're fighting a losing battle in my mind.
I think it's the most important thing. I think a happy dog's a winning dog, and yeah, you can feed them, you can obviously house them well, you can do all these things which are obviously common sense, but if your dog's not happy, it won't win for you.
And how do you keep them happy? Why are your dogs looking so content?
Because they're all pets. You know, they're all, from Chubby, who's in the office retired, to the puppies outside and the dogs inside, they're all treated exactly the same. They're all spoilt rotten, and that's exactly how we want it. We wouldn't have it any other way.
This is a wonderful location. Kind of feels like you're in the middle of nowhere, but still in a really nice part of the country, and a lovely big house and barns behind us. This is your home and your kennels.
Yeah, definitely. It's really quite handy just to be able to walk down the stairs and just pop into the kennels and you're there, rather than having to do a commute to work. It's good as long as you don't worry too much about the lane and getting here. You're fine. It's lovely kennels and we love being here.
It's a bit of a bumpy lane, but then you get to this 38 acres of dog paradise.
Yeah, it deters a lot of people from coming here. So we're very quiet to ourselves, and there's a lot of space to do. Well, have fun with your dogs. You know, as you see, we've got a 2-acre field. Just run around there, enjoy themselves, don't they? They can be a dog as much as a greyhound at the track. They can just be a pet dog, play around, and then go to work when at the track, and they're all happy when they get there. So
the kennels are absolutely lovely. Were they intentionally made the way they are? Because for me, you couldn't really improve on them.
It actually used to be a dairy a very, very long time ago, but it was kennels before. George Curtis actually trained here before, so if he can do it, then it's a good kennels for me. But it's a lovely kennels. There's not many things I would change now. It's pretty much kind of how I'd like it now.
You've made some changes. You put in the open fronted doors, didn't you?
We've made a lot of changes actually. It's an awful lot. But we recently, like I say, we've done all the puppies fields and everything. We've got 2 of those now. We're hoping to get a 3rd in next summer, barring dodgy weather. But hopefully, all the time you can get something to progress and help. You got to do it.
Do you find it's helpful, obviously one of you being female, one of you being male, do you find the dogs respond differently to you?
Yeah, definitely. We definitely have our favourites, and we definitely have some that prefer one or the other. Like I say, you've definitely got one you'll go into and you'll just be pulling to get to the other, but as long as you've got your favourites and they pick their people, you don't pick them.
And you're kind of doing things a bit differently here. It's not Owners Sunday, is it? Owners are welcome here pretty much any day of the week.
Any day of the week, as long as we kind of have the time, like Monday to Sunday they can come up. So we've got an owner coming on Monday, go out, see the dogs, he can come and see his dogs, take them out for a little walk, then we'll go out for lunch after. We only see them once every couple of months, some of them, so it's nice to be able to catch up as friends as well as dogs with owners. It's business related obviously as well, so it's a bit more modern, I think, in that way, rather than the old-fashioned let's go and see your dog on a Sunday, take it one lap of a field, they come in, they can let them off the lead, run around, just be dogs, just enjoy themselves. And the owners can enjoy the dogs as well, rather than it just be a track thing. They can see them here as well at the track, so I think it makes it a nice change. I think it's something different, more modern in my mind.
And you mentioned there's been a lot of changes here, and one of those changes is the fact that you do have a lot of owners now, whereas before you were quite self-sufficient. What's better, having owners or being self-sufficient?
A bit of both. I like a bit of both. But yeah, definitely having the owners. Obviously, taking over, it's a new face, and obviously I'm very young, but a lot of people seem to be liking that. Obviously, a lot of people say, "Oh, you're not very experienced," but I'm 26 and I'm doing a pretty good job. So if I can do it, why can't everyone else?
And one thing I want to make clear is that you love your graded racing at Crayford, both of you, but if you do get a better class of dog here, you are very prepared to travel, aren't you? You are ambitious.
We'll travel anyway. If the dog suits the track, then it has to go.
If someone buys a dog that's running a big galloping track, we won't take it to Crayford to grade it, we'll go to Hove. Hove's obviously our local track, being 15 minutes away. So if an open dog is bought in that they just want, to run at Hove, we can just take it to Hove. They accommodate us really well down there. We can grade the dog, get the dogs qualified to run there, and then we can start their open career there rather than trying to adjust to Crayford, which obviously is it's a very unique track. You need a very certain type of dog at a very quick pace to run there. So, we can start at Hove and see where they progress from there.
Obviously, you're racing and breeding here. Which do you prefer?
Oh, that's a tough one. Probably the breeding. I love puppies. I do love the puppies. It's a lot more. I always find it a very good achievement.
And tell me about the feeling when a puppy wins any race that, a puppy that you've bred. It can be any graded race, can't it?
You can't explain that feeling. I'm just that. A couple of our friends always take the mick out of me, but I always go around saying, "Oh, I'm like a little proud mama because it's my baby's winning."
What's she going to be like if you ever breed a Category 1 winner?
A nightmare. She won't eat for 2 days before, let alone 2 days after. She won't talk. It'll just be...
It's a good diet plan.
Yeah. It'll be a bundle of nerves, but that's what you do it for, isn't it? We've got to semi-final of a homebred. Next step's the final. And to win the final, I don't like getting beat.